Hello everyone, welcome back to our news channel. Students, today we will be talking about three important news articles. First deals with ASHA workers' protest in Kerala and why they are demanding better pay and benefits. Then we have volcanic eruption in Indonesia that sent ash clouds more than 8 kilometers into the sky. And then we have regarding Pacific Ring of Fire. So it is basically related to volcanic eruption only, and we'll learn why Pacific Ring of Fire is the most dangerous volcanic and earthquake zone in the world. All right, so stay tuned because we'll be learning a lot of concepts. First, let's start with something happening here in India. You may have heard of ASHA workers. ASHA stands for what? The accredited social health activists. So they are not doctors, but they play a very important role in keeping our communities healthy. So पहली बात तो वो डॉक्टर्स नहीं होते हैं, लेकिन वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं ताकि हमारा जो कम्युनिटी है वो हेल्थी बना रहे, स्पेशली व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट रूरल एरियाज एंड द रिमोट कॉर्नर्स ऑफ आवर कंट्री. So who are ASHA workers? ASHA workers are women from local villages who help people access government health care. Okay? And what they do? Uh, they spread awareness about nutrition, hygiene, health services, and they also help pregnant women by providing uh, information and support. They also educate families about STDs and contraceptives. So that is the role of ASHA worker. And recently, World Health Organization, they have recently recognized them as global health leaders. Yes, global health leaders. तो एक बहुत अचीवमेंट की बात है कि उनको ऐसे रिकॉग्निशन मिला है. और अब सवाल ये उठता है कि why are they protesting? See, of course, when we talk about the eligibility, ASHA workers should have good communication leadership skills and they should be literate with a formal education up to class 8th. Now, let's go back to the news why they are protesting. See, in Kerala, ASHA workers have been on strike for over 42 days. And what they are demanding, they are right now, they earn very little for their work, so they are demanding better salaries and they also want retirement benefits. They don't get pensions after working for years, so they also want retirement benefits. And to make their voices heard, hundreds of ASHA workers they are staging a hunger strike in front of the Kerala Secretariat. And this means that they are refusing to eat until the government listens to them. Many political groups and citizens they are supporting the ASHA workers. All right. Now, why is this important for us? See, ASHA workers are proof that small actions can lead to big changes. ओके, क्योंकि वो काम कर रहे हैं, पूरी कम्युनिटी की हेल्थ केयर का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है, तो एक तरीके से कंट्री की हेल्थ केयर को भी इम्प्रूव कर रहे हैं. राइट, तो उनके एक स्मॉल एक्शन से पूरे कंट्री पूरी सोसाइटी का हेल्थ केयर इम्प्रूव हो रहा है. राइट, तो and they are also protesting, so it shows that we need to stand up for what is right. Right, so that is what happening. Now let's go back to the let's go to the next article that we have is on volcano. Okay, so what is volcano? Volcano is like a pressure cooker. Yes, exactly, it's like a pressure cooker. Inside the earth there is super hot molten rock called magma, and magma you might have learned already in your social science, right? So when the pressure builds up, the magma which is present inside the earth, it bursts out as lava. Yes, lava, ash, and gas. And this eruption recently happened in Indonesia. Okay, so local authorities even raised the alert to the highest level because of the risk of more eruptions. Okay, and see, when you are regularly following the newspaper, you might have heard that Indonesia have so many volcanoes, है ना? और कभी कभी वहां पे volcanic eruption होते रहते हैं. तो ऐसा क्यों है? What is the reason? See, Indonesia is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay, it is part of what? It's part of Pacific Ring of Fire. A Pacific Ring of Fire क्या है? Pacific Ring of Fire, students, it is uh, also known as Circum-Pacific Belt, and it is a region where most of the world's earthquakes and volcanic eruption happen. Okay? तो ये जो रीजन है, पूरा रीजन जो है ये पैसिफिक रिंग ऑफ फायर, यहाँ पे सबसे ज्यादा पूरे अर्थ को सबसे ज्यादा वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन होते हैं, सबसे ज्यादा अर्थक्वेक होते हैं. तो आगे ये है क्या, रिंग क्या है ये? सी, इमेजिन अ जाइंट horseshoe, giant horseshoe shaped zone surrounding the Pacific Ocean. So this is Pacific Ocean and this is sort of horseshoe, है ना, horseshoe shaped zone है. This is the Pacific Ring of Fire and it is home to 75%, 75% of world's volcanoes and 90% of 90% of वर्ल्ड्स अर्थक्वेक. तो 75% पूरे वर्ल्ड के जो 75% वॉल्केनोज है वो इस एरिया में लोकेटेड है. एंड 90% ऑफ वर्ल्ड्स अर्थक्वेक्स आर आल्सो होम, are basically they are also located to this region. And talking about the area, it stretches to 40,000 kilometer. Okay, it stretches 40,000 meter from western coast of South and North America to Asia, past New Zealand, and even it reaches to Antarctica. Antarctica तक पहुंचा हुआ है. इतना लंबा चौड़ा रीजन है यहाँ पे. Now, question is why is this region is so active? इतना ज्यादा यहाँ पे volcanoes क्यों आते हैं? इस region पे इतने ज्यादा earthquake क्यों आते हैं? See, we know that we have already studied in our geography class that Earth's crust is made up of tectonic plates. है ना? Earth's crust is made up of tectonic plates, which is sort of a huge rock slabs floating on molten rock. कौन सी molten rock? Magma, है ना? मैग्मा के ऊपर है ये जो स्लैब्स हैं, एक तरीके से फ्लोट कर रहे हैं. आप इमेजिन कर सकते हो कि एक कुछ सेमी लिक्विड सा कुछ फैला हुआ है और उसके ऊपर स्लैब्स है, रॉक के स्लैब्स हैं. So they are floating, basically, yes, and they are floating on these molten rock. So when these plates collide, when they collide, or even when they move apart or slide against each other, okay, they cause earthquakes and volcanic eruption. अब जब भी ये जो प्लेट्स हैं वो मैग्मा के ऊपर फ्लोट कर रहे हैं, जब भी आपस में टकराते हैं, ओके, या फिर स्लाइड करते हैं, या इवन व्हेन दे आर मूविंग अपार्ट, दे कॉज earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Okay, and there are some famous volcanoes located in the ring of fire, जैसे Mauna Loa. Mauna Loa is in Hawaii. Hawaii Mauna Loa है, which is world's biggest active volcano. Mount Tambora is there in Indonesia, which had the largest volcanic eruption in history. Mount Fuji of Japan. Mount Fuji of Japan जो है, it is Japan's tallest and most famous volcano. Okay, so Indonesia has so many volcanoes because it sits right on top of several colliding tectonic plates. That's why eruptions like this one, Levotobi Laki Lakis, happen so often. Okay, Now, you might wonder, how does a volcano in Indonesia affect the rest of the world? Students, volcanic eruptions can have serious effects. Okay? जैसे air pollution तो हो गई. It is in fact a natural cause of air pollution. See, volcanic ash, it can spread thousands of kilometers and this make it hard to breathe. And then flight disruptions are also there because देखो यहाँ पे भी लिखा हुआ है कि local authorities raised the alert status to the highest level while an Australian airline cancelled. So ash clouds can damage airplane engines. So this causes flight cancellations. And big eruption release gases that can cool the earth for years. Okay, तो बहुत सारे इसके consequences भी होते हैं. And a famous example of Indonesia's volcano is uh, Mount Tambora. Mount Tambora's 1815 eruption, which caused the year without a summer. The year without a summer. See, volcanic eruption से आप ये देखो क्या होता है कि उससे जो अर्थ है वो कूल हो जाती है. ओके, अर्थ कूल हो जाती है क्योंकि इसके जो एशेस होते हैं वो सनलाइट को वापस मतलब ग्लोबल टेम्परेचर को इंक्रीज करने से रोकती है. तो 1815 में जो वॉल्केनो हुआ था उसकी वजह से दैट ईयर बिकेम the year of without a summer, and crops failed and there was a famine across the world. Okay, so you can see how these calamities, these extreme events, they can have huge impact on earth. Okay, so that's all for today, students. सबसे पहले we have covered the ASHA workers who remind us of the importance of healthcare and standing up for rights. And then Indonesia's volcanoes show us the power of nature and why we need to be prepared for natural disasters. And then Pacific Ring of Fire, it taught us about the Earth's tectonic plates which shape our planet. Okay. So that's all for today, students. I hope you learned something new. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to share it with your friends and teachers. Until next time, stay curious and keep learning.